me something new. Every day will bring me something new.
Right, bonsoir. So currently you're balanced on a fence post. Might fall, not sure. A little bit of an update, just because everyone on the yard's like down in the yard, and I have like crippling anxiety, so I don't want to speak around any of them. I'm trying to find a way of this not being. Hold on, I can sit now, I guess. Perfect. So, what's happened is, obviously I've been MIA for 3-4 months. Number of reasons as to why that has happened. Biggest reason is time. I literally don't seem to have it, don't know where it goes. Regardless, so we moved here, and what's happened is Amira is she's been having regular physio, and what they found is basically she got backed a bit too young. By the looks of things, she was around 2 when she got backed, and it looks like she was jumping quite early 3 from what I figured out, which isn't obviously good for their skeletal structure. She just had a bit too much pressure on her from a young age. Anyway, so she has spent the last couple months, and a mixture of things I'll get into in a minute as to why as well. Yeah, so she spent the last few months just doing a lot of hacking. I've probably taken her in the school to actually school her like 3 times. There's just no point. That was another thing. It looks like she's been sort of ridden a lot with either draw reins or side reins, and it's done more damage than good. Obviously, it's not been great. So she's learnt to overbend her neck, and my physio said that she was breaking a bit at the C4, C5 from where, obviously not her bone breaking, but like her bones were not bending. Well, bones don't bend. Oh my god. Her bones were where her neck should be, like this, for example, right? This being C4, C5. When she was ridden, her neck was like this, and that's how she was carrying her head. So I don't know what I was saying. Anyways, so the other things that have been going on in my life, not that anyone probably cares, but I'm going to tell you regardless, is I was working. Well, where were you when I was working here? Oh my god, I don't even know where. So I've had like 4 different jobs. I was working, main one was on a yard with competition and sport horses. It was a really good job, right? And it was really, really lovely people that I worked with, and I learned so much, and it was really, really fun, and I enjoyed it, and I had a lovely team of people that I was working with, and I have not a bad word to say about any of them. But I think the thing is with working with horses when you have them is that you quickly lose the motivation to do your own. But I just found that I wasn't, like, I'd come up in the morning to do Amira and I'd just be like, oh my god, not another one. But then I got offered another job in an estate agent, and I've always wanted to do that since I was younger. I've always been nosy. I love looking around people's houses, just being nosy. So I got offered a job in that and I took it. So the last week I've been doing that, but that has been extremely early starts. So I've been getting up at 5:30, which I know isn't like crazy early, but when you're doing it every day, day in, day out, like, oh my god, oh my god. So that leads us on to today. Oh no, oh my god, I forgot to tell you like the most important thing. I'm gonna stand up because I literally can't put my bum. A week before I left my job and got my new job, I was actually involved. I actually got involved in a pretty nasty car crash. So my red car that was in the old bog, that is now in car heaven, never to see. Basically, I'm not going to go too much into what happened because like insurance, but it was between my car and a minibus. Obviously my car lost that one, and the bonnet was, instead of being, I think I'm using this as a lot of diagrams recently, like I need to change up my, I don't know. So the front of the car obviously like this, like the bonnet, and then after the crash it went like up and down, like a right angle. Hard to explain. I'll insert a photo here. So I've cracked a rib, which has been and still is quite painful, but there's nothing they can do for ribs, so like, you live, love, laugh, you know. And I injured my neck. I had tissue damage in my neck, which I still sort of have a bit of, and the pain has transferred around. All the airbags went off in the car, and the airbags had like a smoke coming out of them, and the front of my car, the radiator had exploded, obviously upon impact. So there was steam coming out the radiator, and my dumb ass thought that was smoke, and then like the fume that was coming from inside the airbag, it was all going off, so there was like steam and smoke everywhere, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna die. And I was like, it wasn't burning, turns out I am just sick. It was just the airbag fume from where the airbag deploy. One of the airbags actually went off so strong that it broke my windscreen, and like has like a big spiderweb crack going across the whole thing. So yeah, that's a bit, filled you in a bit more about what's been going on. It's really just sort of like here, there and everywhere at the minute. Today with a mirror, I think I'm gonna do that. 1 minute, be patient. I'm gonna hack, so I'm gonna have to obviously give us her groom. She went out naked the other day, and she's the biggest state, honestly. She's so disgusting. I'm gonna take her ribbage off, just so that take her some chaff, so that she 1 minute, just so that she has something to munch on before I ride. Another thing I like about this hack is the hill work. So at the minute we're going up quite a gradual hill, which is obviously really good for their back end and getting them to push from behind. So it's quite difficult to do with one hand, but we're about halfway down. It's like quite steep of a hill, and she rushes so much down hills. Like she really like falls onto her front. So we've had a lot of work trying to get her to slow down and sit more on her hind walking down a hill. And then she does this silly walk where she puts like one foot in front of the other. She's a bit weak. Get on. She's a bit triggered because she's never seen a goose. Has that stressed you a little bit? It's alright. I can really feel her pushing from her back end. So I've not actually taken her this way yet. So I thought those polytunnels would be a problem, but it doesn't look like they are. She just saw her first bus and she was by herself, and then some kid came running out from her family house and wanted to pat her, so she's just spent the last 10 minutes having cuddles and not actually working, but I don't think she minds too much. Good girl. Are we speed walking now? stretch a bit more. There we go. Stable for the time being. Bless her, she's done so well. I'm feeling she's going to be taking me into the stable. No, we're not saying hello. We're not saying hello, he's a stallion. Look at her face. So, we got back from our hatch. She was a really good girlie. Her stable's currently tipped, so the next job will be mucking out. But I'm in two minds about putting her out naked or not, because it's quite windy, but when the sun's on you it's actually alright. I think it just sounds worse in here because it's like the corridor goes the whole way through in the barn. Excuse me, no attention, you some little girlie. Yeah? So I'm going to chuck her out and then crack on with mucking out. Nothing for you. Look at you, pretty baby. Will you leave me alone? Are you going to stay clean? Probably not. Can you not? No, you're so cute. I love you. You're so cute. So I actually forgot to film an outro because I am a professional like that, but I just wanted to say thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you in the next one.